Somehow, yet again, I have once ended up and have been called upon to answer one of the world's most important questions. A mystery that has gone unanswered for far too long. Well, not anymore, because I am here to step in. And I know, you guys are all excited. Wow, oh my God! Chris is back! Woo, oh my God! But we also got a special guest appearance from our favorite Jorge. Blame it on Jorge. I know that this is a lot to handle. I know this can be overwhelming, but you just need to relax. I will take care of this. A bizarre lost kids show. The search for pink morning cartoon. I'll find it. You don't gotta worry about that.
This video is brought to you by Hunt a Killer.
Shout out Hunt a Killer.
If you're like me, who enjoys a good game night with the boys, then Hunt a Killer is the product for you. Hunt a Killer is a murder mystery box with a story that's told over the course of 6 episodes. You'll be given clues, physical items, and details about a true crime case and its suspects to see if you have what it takes to solve the mystery. Personally, I love puzzle games and detective shows like Sherlock or Death Note. Again, click the link in the description below and use the code Jorge, that's Jorge.
Use code Jorge, go hunt you a killer.
Thanks again to Hunt a Killer for
Go
sponsoring
bring
this
a
video.
brutal killer to its knees. Think about it. There is an evil, diabolical, maniacal serial killer, and he's on a rampage. He has already slaughtered 3 college-aged women, and he's hunting down his 4th, okay? And if you don't use code Jorge and hunt down this killer, you are going to single-handedly cause the deaths of at least 3 more. So I hope you're happy. You're gonna have to live in that conscience, you know? Live with that on your conscience. Every night you close your eyes, you see the blood dripping.
A few months ago, I
found it! Guys, I found it! You don't need to search anymore. It's right. The search for pink. I found Pink Morning Cartoon. It's right here. It's right here. Searches. You're welcome. This is what I'm here for. This is what I'm here for. You're welcome. I found it for you. You don't gotta worry.
A few months ago, I talked about an obscure missing kids show known as the Pink Morning Cartoon. At the time, there was very little known about the show, besides a few online threads and discussions. From the few clips that were available online, I found the series to be pretty unsettling, but also fascinating. And apparently, I wasn't alone. A dedicated search team formed from the heels of that video.
Okay, I briefly remember Pink Morning Cartoon. Okay, I briefly remember it from an iceberg, I'm pretty sure. Or a compilation. One of those two, but it was in another, you know, Jorge vid. But is this one of those traumatizing shows where it's just like demonic and deformed and it's like nightmare inducing and it shouldn't be found? There's a reason it has been banished from the eyes of the youth. It is now forbidden viewage. Is there a reason for this? I feel like before we just go searching for things and uncovering things, dude, we should probably get a little bit of history first. You know, like we got all these people digging up Egyptian tombs, and the locusts swarming, dude. Like you're just gonna cause an apocalypse of the world if we try to find this cartoon, dude, and it's the wrong thing.
In order to hopefully track down more information and episodes from this strange piece of lost media. So today, we'll be diving down this rabbit hole to see what was uncovered. This is the search for the Pink Morning Cartoon.
It's like 2 minutes behind. Go just reverse the video and you found it. You're welcome.
Before we move forward, I'd like to thank the PMC search team for compiling this information.
You're welcome.
In this video, I will try to encompass what was given to me, as well as my own research. I was invited to their Discord a few times, and while
would you like
I'd love
my
to
notes
join,
as well?
I'm always afraid I might derail the search with
I put a
my
lot of
presence.
effort into this.
I always
Blood,
think it's
sweat, and
best just to
tears.
leave the investigators do their thing.
I am the one that found it after all.
Also, I'll be going off of the information from my last video.
What is that?
So check that out.
See? That! We watched that shit! We watched that! That's where we saw it!
out if you're not up to speed. But to summarize, on April 3rd, 2020.
Oh my god! It's that movie! Oh my god! I remember this. Yes, okay, it was trauma. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's keep this missing. Let's not find this. Somebody buried it for a reason. They knew. They knew. They understood before it was too late. They were able to, you know.
This was made on the obscure media subreddit by a user known as Rubbed Lung, about an anonymous bizarre public access morning kids show, later to be known as Pink Morning Cartoon. Let's have a look. This first video seems to be a clip taken from one of their episodes.
Oh, this should be fun.
We see a family entering a hat room.
I'm not having fun anymore.
The hats begin to move and sing.
That old hat. And Katie, you do look kind of cute in that red hat.
What is the deal with these psychopaths creating these demented ass cartoons and like, oh yeah, dude, we'll throw a little bit of green in there, throw a little bit of blue. Lucy's got a little bit of flowers. The kids are gonna love this. They absolutely won't be mentally traumatized for the foreseeable future.
That old hat. And Katie, you do look kind of cute in that red hat.
Fuck your hat.
But you look good in your hat too, sweetie. Baby, can you look at the hat?
What the hell is that?
A red hat, a blue hat, an old hat, a new hat. Try me, try me, try me, cried the hat. And they screamed out for Kate and Keith. They were moving all over the room.
What the hell is going on?
Cowboy hat, dress up hat, every kind of hat, space hat.
Oh my god, it's Attack of the Hats!
Try me, cried the hat. Help, get me. The space hat jumped off the shelf and he began to dance. The pirate hat jumped off
Why do all the hats have mouths and teeth?
The second clip.
And why are they not attached to the...
is titled using a bunch of...
What is going on? You got cowboy hats dancing with top hats.
Off the shelf
Where's the Yankee fitted? Yankee no brim.
The second clip is titled using a bunch of question marks, and is only a shorter, lower quality version of the first clip we saw, so we'll just skip it. By far the most well-known clip from the Pink Morning cartoon is this final one, featuring a song known as Everything's Coming Up Spring.
What?
Wanted their part a pretty spring day. Everything's coming up spring.
What the hell? I'm having a terrible day. If this is how I have to wake up in the morning, if this is the start to my day, I am miserable. I'm gonna have bags under my eyes. I'm gonna have 5 o'clock shadow at 7 years old, dude. I've just downed 6 cups of coffee. I have the jitters, dude. I'm breaking out. My hair is falling out. I'm having a horrible day. I just beat this shit out of my sister, dude. Like, it's fucked.
Everything's coming up spring.
This is awful. This is...
Everything's coming up spring.
What the hell?
Everything's coming up spring.
Is that bird okay? I used to wake up to Max and Ruby. I used to wake up to Blue's Clues and Max and Ruby. And now that they almost tried to succumb me to whatever the fuck this is. I probably would have turned out a lot more fucked up than I already am, you know?
The
I probably would have
only
became a
small bits of
threat to
information
society
available
if I'd seen
was
that.
from what little online discussion there was, and from the uploader of these clips, Jankum Chick. He claimed that he would see the show play in the early mornings of the 90s and 2000s. On Reddit, user Rubbed Lung stated
And what's the status of Jankum Chick? What's the status on Jankum Chick? How many counts of terrorism has he been charged with?
2000s.
Sense.
On Reddit, user Rubbed Lung stated that the show aired in Columbus, Ohio, and that it was a
Ohio! Ohio is responsible for this. I should have known. I should have known. This is exactly the type of thing that would come out of Ohio.
homemade religious show for children. Some users from the Lost Media Wiki believe that the most likely channels the show aired on were Channel 2 or Channel 53. Besides that, no one seemed to know anything else about the show. There were no names attached to the program, no information about that creepy song. We didn't even know its official name. Pink Morning Cartoon is simply what everyone referred to it as. It became a mystery,
What the fuck?
and for a while, it remained a mystery.
Hoax claims. What if this is just some video? Like some guy, he's like bored. He's like in his bedroom, and he's just whipping up like a video, you know how those psychos just be whipping up like weird meme comps, right? Like them Quandale Dingle videos. Whoever's behind those is a madman, dude. Quandale Dingle is always getting into some shit, bro. But listen, what if it's the same? Like, what if this is just some guy fucking around on his computer? And it's like, we've started this worldwide global manhunt. And this dude was just bored in his house for like 45 minutes. He just whipped it up.
Clearly, these clips are pretty unsettling, but also somewhat fascinating. And I wasn't alone on thinking that. The fact that they were uploaded years before the Reddit post made me believe that it was unlikely to be an ARG or a hoax. However, after my video came out, some people began to think that it was a hoax, or constructed by Jankum Chick himself. I thought that could be a possibility, given that the fade in and fade out transitions seemed odd for a video that was supposedly not edited. Furthermore, others question how Jankum Chick obtained this footage. He claimed that it was on an old VHS tape that he had, but how exactly? Were all 3 separate clips on a single VHS tape? Or was it originally one
Jankum, you gotta start answering some questions here. Jankum, I might have to step in. This might be where I step in, right? I'm a master in the art of intimidation. You know, if I show up, people start shaking in their boots. You know? People, they know about me. You know? So if I just showed up at Jankum's house, right? He's like coming out the bathroom, just got done shaving. He comes out the bathroom, and I'm standing in the corner of his kitchen, holding his rotisserie chicken, slowly caressing it. I'm like, listen, Jankum, listen. You gonna start answering some questions. And I promise you, Jankum's gonna start answering them questions.
Episode that Jankum did edit into 3 separate clips, or perhaps they were from 3 separate VHS tapes. No one really knew. Others thought the VHS static and poor quality were manufactured or edited in. Finally, there were inconsistencies within these tapes that others began to take note of. How is it that Jankum Chick had 2 versions of the hat room scene, one with better quality than the other? Also,
Jankum!
some of the transitions and scenes didn't match up, and even the audio was slightly off.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's just some guy. It's just some dude.
People began searching for more information about Pink Morning Cartoon, and much to my surprise, a lot was uncovered.
The man is sick in the head, but it's just a guy.
One of the most captivating things about Pink Morning Cartoon is its song, Everything's Coming Up Spring. So it makes sense that the search began there. Some viewers claimed that the singer's voice sounded like Ron Brown, a ventriloquist from another religious public access show, Joy Junction. Ventriloquist from another.
This is the type of shit I'm talking about. This is what. How am I supposed to feel joy and happiness looking at this beast? Look at it. It's cold, dead eyes, soulless and empty, on the inside besides a hand? And you wanted me to, dude. I'm glad I was on Sesame Street, bro, because this would have,
religious public
I'd
access
have done some.
show, Joy Junction.
Bars go high, bars go low.
That guy does sound like he would love Jesus.
Well, it's time to go. Everything's coming up spring.
That's right, Marty. You know, I was just looking around here. Maybe
Oh
I'll
my
think of something I
God,
can talk
that's the guy.
to Jerry's dad about, but I was noticing all these flags here in Joy Junction.
The only problem with this theory is that in 2013, Ron was sentenced to 20 years in prison on CP charges.
Wow, dude. Oh my fucking God. Somehow, in the back of my mind, listen, I didn't want to say it out loud because I didn't want to be fucked up. In the back of my mind, I could see it from a mile away. I could see it from as soon as I seen this, dude, I started having thoughts. I was like, dude, like, I'm getting vibes from this guy. And I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to be that guy. And I didn't want to be like, jumping to conclusions, right? I'm not a woman. Listen, I don't want to be that asshole, bro, but I fucking knew it.
The only problem with this theory is that in 2013, Ron was sentenced to 20 years in prison on CP charges. The whole story is pretty messed up and won't be detailed here. Needless to say,
Notorious is so messed up, and it won't be detailed here. A Florida puppeteer who entertains children at birthday parties and schools secretly wanted to R-word, kill, and eat them. Yeah, dude. Didn't detail it at all.
this was pretty much a dead end. A YouTube channel called The Inspector posted this comment on the Everything's Coming Up Spring video. I'm pretty sure this isn't from public access, but from a religious satellite broadcast provider known as Sky Angel. They're defunct now, but they had been going since 1996, and I grew up with all these really obscure, low-budget Christian shows they aired. This was likely one of them. I don't think that's a tip that'll lead anywhere for anyone interested in mysteries, if you're here from Blame It on George, but that's just where I think I saw it. Though I wouldn't be surprised if it was also on public access, because honestly...
Count the Inspector. The Inspector's gang. That's slime. That's slat, dude.
Sky Angel original programming did sometimes come from there, or at least
that's
look
his
like
favorite
it did.
Jorge too.
Try as I might, it's almost impossible to find most segments, especially from their kids channel. I'm shocked whenever I find anything at all that's been preserved. Later on, a 2002 promo for Sky Angel was found, and it contained a brief image of what appeared to be a show for children.
What is going on? Wait a minute, dude.
Later on, a 2002
Nah, dude, this is like one of those commercials that comes on at like 1:30 in the morning, right? It's like you fell asleep way too early. You fell asleep at like 6:30, right? And so you wake up accidentally like 1:30 a.m. The TV is still on, right? George Lopez is playing. Switches to a commercial. You get that commercial with the dude, tell me how am I supposed to live without you? That commercial, right? And then this one, it cuts right to this. And it's a combo. You get like the guy's book and a CD that you can play on the Walkman. It's like a podcast.
Well, for Sky Angel was found, and it contained a brief image of what appeared to be
it's a bundle
for
for only $19.99. You buy his book. You get a free CD.
Children. Some wondered if this was perhaps taken
And he's just
from
screaming
Pink Pony
homophobic
cartoon.
slurs at you.
Sky Angel operated a channel known as KTV, or Kids and Teen TV, so it made for a good starting point in the search. By looking through KTV's schedule at around the time Pink Morning Cartoon would have supposedly aired, a show known as Critter Time was found. Critter Time aired in the early mornings on KTV, and could explain all the animals seen in the Everything's Coming Up Spring video.
Okay.
However, searchers were also able to dig up the show's description, and it reads, for ages 4 to 11, Jenny K takes children on adventures to visit exotic animals. Also features segments on caring for house pets.
Okay.
This didn't seem to match up with the house room clip. There didn't appear to be a character named Jenny, and there was next to nothing about how to care for house pets. In
Okay.
fact, after looking through their archives, none of their shows had a description that matched Pink Morning Cartoon. So Sky Angel was quickly ruled out.
Couldn't you just do that thing you do for music, right? Like if you don't have Shazam, you don't even know the lyrics to the song. You just go on like YouTube and you just search the melody, right? You just search the rhythm of the song. You have absolutely no idea how to type out a rhythm on YouTube. And you don't know what letter you're supposed to use, but somehow you do it anyways using the D button. And then somehow YouTube finds the song still anyways. Can't they do that for this? Just type in some very vague description. Very terrifying, horrifying, demonic early 90s children's cartoon. Likely from Ohio or Canada. And I'm sure we'll find something. I'm sure we'll find something, dude. Has anybody checked Canada? That could be a Canadian thing, because the Canadians be doing some things sometimes. You know? Like sometimes the Canadian stuff leaks into America, right? Like Degrassi, shout out Drake, you know? Sometimes it leaks in. Maybe that's what it was. Ohio is pretty close to Canada, you know? Has anybody hit up Canada?
It was around this time that a Discord group dedicated to finding the Pink Morning Cartoon was forming. The team decided to look through various different TV stations in Columbus, one of which being WINJ-LP. This station was owned by a person named Ella Flowers, and is known for playing a variety of programs, such as old public domain movies,
In Delaware, Ohio. Living in Delaware is bad enough. Living in Ohio is even worse. But God forbid the day that I ever wake up in Delaware, Ohio. The only possible thing that I think could be worse than Delaware, Ohio would be Kansas, Wyoming. That's the only thing that would be worse.
old cartoons, and current religious programs.
Like, you from Delaware and Ohio. Pick a struggle.
What's interesting to note is that an old version of this article from 2005 says, the station is notable for its erratic technical quality, which often imparts a bizarre, disjointed, and surreal texture to its programming. For whatever reason, this line was removed in future revisions of the article, but stood out to the search team nonetheless. Pink Morning Cartoon could definitely be described as bizarre, disjointed, and having erratic technical quality. Jankum Chick himself joined the Discord, adamantly believing in the show's existence. When questioned about how he obtained these clips, Jankum explained that he and his friend, Maria Ork, had a hobby of recording shows and making mixtapes out of them.
What does that mean?
Jankum planned on uploading more recordings, but he was out of town for the time being. His friend, however, uploaded this screenshot. This screenshot is of the credits from one of Pink Morning Cartoon's episodes. It's a little hard to read, but
It says
we can
spring.
see that the music is credited to someone named...
What do you mean it's hard to read? It's big, bold, bright letters.
It's a little hard to
Bold
read,
font,
but we can see
yellow.
that the music is credited to someone named Ella Flowers. If you recall, the station WINJ-LP was owned by Ella Flowers.
Oh my god, it's all coming together! Ella. Ella is the psychopath that we must bring to justice.
Ella is a pastor and a
Ella!
singer-songwriter who actually narrates...
She's a pastor! And they were singing about a little caterpillar butterfly. I was singing about Jesus.
Ella is a pastor and a singer-songwriter who actually narrated some of the kids' programming on that channel.
Oh, that's hard. You think they ever rapped? And that's cause Jesus Christ is my nigga. You ever think?
So,
Banger.
it seemed like a solid lead. All that was needed to do now was to contact Ella in the hopes of uncovering more episodes.
She's dead, isn't she?
If only it were that simple.
She did.
Searchers were quick to discover an obituary for Ella Flowers online. It notes that she passed away on July 17th, 2017.
Does she have any next of kin? Husbands, children's. She does! Survived by husband Harry. We gotta hit up Harry. We gotta hit up Harry, Loretta, Angela, Buddy, Dewey, Elizabeth, Phyllis, Kevin, John, Brian, Yvonne, Samantha, the 2 great-grandchildren. Name all. We got names. Put them on a list. Put them on a list. We don't have to fill about lists.
Stated, one of the stations Ella owned was WINJ-LP, so perhaps looking through it would be our best bet. By searching through WINJ-LP's schedule at around the date and time Pink Morning Cartoon would have aired, a cartoon known as Kids Fun Festival stood out.
Paid programming. That's the OxyClean. That's hilarious. This was the 90s though, so it was like a lint roller. it was a lint roller and a Swiffer sweeper.
This discovery, one of the admins from the Discord team was able to find an archived Columbus Dispatch article from 1999. The article states, during the day, programming includes Kids Club, a mission for Ella Flowers. Recently she has worked late into the night, and sometimes all night, on a cartoon for the show. Toiling at a bank of computers across from a fish tank in her living room, she remembers stories from her childhood and adapts them for Kate and Jeannie Joker.
Kate and Jean! Oh my god, Ella! Ella, you sly, dirty dog. You thought you was gonna get away with this. You thought you was gonna take it to the grave. You thought you was gonna take it to the... Could you imagine? Could you imagine being Ella Flowers and she wanted this to die with her? Like there's a reason why there is nothing for this. She wanted this to die with her. She did not want anybody seeing this. She did not want this to see the light of day. So she never dropped it. And then here comes, years later, a bunch of fucking Discord nerds on Reddit are sitting here fucking doxing her, trying to find her shit. Could you imagine?
Do those names ring a bell to you? If you remember, the kids in the Pink Morning Cartoon clip are named Kate and Jean.
Katie, you do look kind of cute in that red hat. Because you look good in your hat too, Jean.
I like how they're switched. Kate and Jeannie is now Jean and Katie.
This not only confirms the validity of the show, but also that the real name of Pink Morning Cartoon is actually the TV8 Kids Fun Fest. For whatever reason,
That's some
the article
bullshit.
called it Kids
Because I'm not having a lot of fun watching it, so
Club,
I can sue.
but the team later learned of its full name. Unfortunately, the Central Ohio Association of Christian Broadcasters, which bought the WING station, now known as WGCT, did not retain any old programming from WINJ.
Losers.
Despite another dead end, the search was at an all-time high. Through Ella's obituary and the archived Columbus Dispatch article, more leads and
I
contact
found it
information
like
was gathered.
15 minutes ago, but that's fine.
It seemed like more episodes of the TV8's Kids
Like,
Fun
what the
Festival
hell
were
is...
being
Like, this is fun. This is... Oh, yeah, I'm having a lot of fucking fun here.
found.
This is horrifying.
Contact was made with Ella Flowers' daughter, Angela Francis. After
Yo,
being
Angela.
shown the Everyday's Coming Up Spring video, Angela said, "Yes, that was my mom. Do you know any others? This is wonderful." After being asked if there were any more recordings available, she replied, "They've been missing ever since my mother passed. But thank you, it means so much." My mother wrote and did the animation for these as well as the editing. It was called the TV8 Kids Fun Fest. Unknown amount of episodes. My mom worked constantly on these. My aunt hosted the show. Kids loved it. Moreover, an interview was conducted with Ellis's granddaughter, Samantha, who joined
Samantha! I've been looking for you, Samantha. What about them great grandkids? That's the 2 great grandkids. That's who I really want. That's who I really want is the 2 great kids. They're both 7. They're 7 and 9, and I'm gonna get them in an interrogation room.
Discord server. The interview is quite long, so I'll be showing the most important bits here. Do you think it's likely tapes exist? They definitely do. She had many shelves full of tapes. I know of 10 different ones off the top of my head. My favorite one she kept making for me was The Adventures of Kate and Jean Joker. You have no idea how far we've searched for this thing. Do you know where the tapes are? Unfortunately, when I talked to my mom about an hour ago, she said they were stolen by a cousin who was planning on selling them, and then got trashed and possibly destroyed.
Nice! Fucking Cousin Earl, dude. Good old Cousin Earl selling the family heirlooms to buy another baggie of crystal, bro. Good old Uncle Earl.
Who was planning on selling them, and then got trashed and possibly destroyed out of spite by said cousin. They were her pride and joy, and that was a big hurt. Is there a way there's a backup? Well, it was the 90s, and I'm pretty sure it would have been on a floppy disk with the original designs and such. And the VHS, that's it. Do you know the cousin who stole the tapes? Yes, but no one has talked to him in a while. I'm not even sure if anyone knows where he is. Do you remember any of Ella's other shows? All I can remember was The Adventures of Kate and Jean Joker. That was my favorite of hers, and I know she made at least 4 or 5 different shorts of full stories of them. Throughout their conversation, it was clear that the searchers wanted to...
What about the cousin? This is a good stepping stone. This is a good stepping stone. Nobody can confirm if they were destroyed, except for the cousin. So, we get the cousin, we tie him by his ankles, and dangle him off the side of a building. Okay? And then, every time he refuses to say, "Where are the tapes? Where are the tapes, Earl?" He says, "I don't know." You drop it a little bit more. You know? And if 3 strikes, he's out. You just let go, and it's over, dude. We're never getting it at that point. Earl had his chance.
Throughout their conversation, it was clear that the searchers wanted to remain as respectful as possible to Ella's memory. Are you surprised of the major attention towards your grandmother and her show? Yes. You know when you're a kid and you kinda don't expect these things? I just remember as a kid sitting there with her, watching her make them, and laughing and having fun. And now to see this as a big thing, and see how people are responding towards her various works, brings me a lot of joy. I just wish she were here to see this herself. It's nice to see her memory carried on.
Leftovers.
As of the writing of this video, that's where the search ends for now.
That's it.
We know the name of the show, the creator of it.
Sounds like we found it to me. What do you mean that's where it ends for now? Sounds like that's it. We found it. We found it. We know the name, we know who made it, we know where it aired, we know when it aired, and we know what happened to it. Case closed, dude.
And a rough idea of how many episodes there are.
Just need to get it, just one loose end. We just got to get in contact with Earl, right? Do a little bit of dangling. But other than that, I feel like this is a pretty solid case
Even
closed.
though the original tapes were destroyed by one of their family members, hope is not lost. The search team is still in contact with Ella's family, which is a promising lead. They also plan on visiting the church that Ella worked at in hopes of finding archives of the cartoon. Jankum Chick is planning on uploading more recordings in a few months. The Columbus Dispatch article does mention
They're in your
Christmas
attic, bro.
special
Go get
featuring
them.
a dancing snowman.
What you mean few months,
This
dude?
is
Like,
the only other episode the team knows anything about.
just go get the box.
If
few
there are any
months.
future updates, I'll be sure to let you guys know.
Bro, think he
I'm
Drake.
not sure what to expect from here on out, but I'm personally extremely proud of the search efforts that have gone into finding the show.
Few months, dude.
It's stuff like this that makes Lost Media
What
such
do you
an
think
awesome
you
part
are?
of the internet.
Gatekeeping.
Until then, I'll catch you guys next time.
Trying to
Take care.
drop it, dude. He trying to hype it up. He promoing it. He's having video release parties, dude. God damn it, Jankin. Fucking Jankin, dude. All right, well, I found it at the beginning, right? You saw I found it, dude. Pink Morning Cardi was right there. It was right there. We seen it. So we didn't really need to watch the rest of this video, dude, because I did all of the heavy lifting for you. But it was still pretty interesting hearing the backstory, you know. It came from Ohio. It came from a church in Ohio, which explains why it is so nightmare-inducing, which explains why it is so evil and demonic, you know what I'm saying? Because them boys in Ohio, dude, be wild, and especially as soon as they step foot in that church, oh my God, they turn to the Holy Spirit, hits them, and they turn to whole different people, dude. But listen, this was a fire video, dude. This is a lot more interesting than I thought it was. Shout out Jorge, some guy on the internet. Shout out that guy.